Well, I'm here on the road to Atlanta, and in fact I'm almost up to where we cut the lodgepole off of the cabin the other day on Willow Creek. But here's this big three-forked lodgepole across the road. I've been cutting the limbs off. All I got is an axe and a bow saw. I got the first cut made to get the little log out of the way. It's pretty good size. See my hand there. Anyway, I'm really hoping and praying somebody will come along with a chainsaw. Help me get this out of the way. I've got that first cut made right there, and that's free, and so I'll make another cut down here, and they get bigger as they go along, but I'm going to work at it for a little while because somebody may come along, and Lord knows I hope they come from that direction, because after I get through this, past this blowdown, I wonder how many more are out there. It's another 30 miles, and probably at least 10 of pretty uninhabited country. Probably not going to see anybody until I get over on the North Fork of the Boise River, if then even. And we've got to go down Owl Creek. A lot of dead trees down there as well. This is November 19th, and it's just a few days after the big wind came across through Oregon and Washington, and we got some wind here along the same thing, those fronts coming through. Up on White Pass, they said it was 112 miles coming through there, and a lot of trees down. Over in Spokane, some people were killed. A couple women were killed by fallen trees, and anyway, I'll work on this a while and see what happens. Maybe somebody will come along and give me a hand. If not, I'll have to head back the other way. God bless you. Well, God does answer prayers. These fellas came along just at the right time. Yeah, you got it. And we chopped through all three of them pieces. Well, God bless you. What's your name?
My name's Ben.
Ben, glad to meet you. I'm Bruce.
Good to meet you, Bruce.
What's your name?
I'm Mannie. Mannie.
Manny.
Nice to meet you.
Glad to meet you. Do you mind if I put you guys on YouTube?
Nope, don't care.
Cool. Because it's the Bruce Lund channel, L-U-N-D.
Okay.
And I'll put this up next week when I get back home. I live over at Lowman, but
sounds good.
God bless you, Manny. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, no problem.
Take care.
Make sure you get through it.
Okay, so I'm back on the road to Atlanta again. Those two fellas came along, Manny, and I forget the other ones. I'll put it in the credits for sure. We chopped our way through these with the bow saw and the axe, and praise God that they came along. You know, I almost gave up and went along, and I prayed, and God answered me prayers. They confirmed also that the road's open all the way to Atlanta, so there's no more trees in the way. I'll have clear sailing on up that way. About 25 miles yet. God bless you, and praise God. Here we are going up the road. Kind of a snowy road, but the little car, she's going right along. We were just where that big lodgepole was across the road. We were just about a mile and a half, I think. We're coming right up to that cabin road where we got the lodgepole off. It's just around this corner, and then we'll be to Owl Creek Summit, and this is the second highest place we'll go across on our trip to Atlanta, Idaho. Probably be the last time. There's the road that we we're in the cabin road right there to the left. See the gate up there and everything, and that's where the little cabin was. Maybe you can see it as I go by. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta look up here. So here we are. Just all but at Owl Creek Summit. It's probably snowed an inch or two since I got stopped there, although it's not slowing me down any. About 4 or 5 inches of snow on the packed snow that's on top of it. Here we are, Owl Creek Summit, and we'll go down into the Owl Creek drainage and come to the North Fork of the Boise River. So that's it for now. I'll show you the next hill we go up, Swan Home. Well, we're coming right down, we're still on Owl Creek. We're coming right to the mouth of Owl Creek, where it dumps into the North Fork of the Boise River. We got down that grade. Now we'll go up the see the sign there, Atlanta, 27 miles. We'll go up the North Fork of the Boise River now, and it's a pretty straight, nice road right on up the river. Right here at the start, it's kind of the narrowest and windiest part. One thing about this deep snow on the road is that it really softens the washboards out. It's very nice. So I'll get you a shot of the river here if I can in just a second. So this is a beautiful river, the North Fork of the Boise River. It's right down in there. Well, I tell you, I am so glad those men came along. There's the river you can see down there. Well, the window's fogged up back that way, but anyway, we'll drive along the river here for about 5 miles, and then we'll go up the Swan Home grade, and I'll show you that. But I gotta watch for rocks, so see you next time. Pretty soon. We're just coming to the crossing. We're on the North Fork of the Boise again, and you can see the sign going by there. Atlanta, 24 miles. I will get down in second gear here, and we'll cross the North Fork of the Boise River. Here's the bridge. Underneath us, North Fork of the Boise River. Down that way and down that way and up that way, and and here we go. So this is what we call the Swan Home grade, and on the other side of this grade is Swan Home Creek. Now it escapes me what the name of this little creek is coming down here, but this is a real gradual grade. I'll just buzz right up here. I'll show you again when we get to the top. Okay, we're bouncing our way up the last little pitch up over Swan Home Summit. It's the last little straight stretch, and 2 switchbacks will be to the top. Those tracks are there. like this, place like this, you can't give it any quarter. You can't give up. You got to go hard. And there we are, over the top, just like that. What a Honda! Praise God. So we'll. It snowed a little more over here. I don't know that I'm dragging bottom yet, though. Kind of look back there and see. Right over here, I had a Forest Service timber sale right over in this place right here, and since then there's been a big fire come back through there. Almost all the leaf trees we left, it was back in there. All that's burned up in there now. Anyway, we selectively logged this years ago, and oh, I don't know, it's about 96, I suppose. Anyway, I don't know if you can tell, some of the timber's burned up in through here, and a lot of it down here. You'll see, you get a little better idea of all that burned up timber now. But clear back in there was our units, and it was all for naught saving those trees. Should have just went ahead and took them then. Okay, we're headed down Swanholm Creek, down to the middle fork of the Boise River, and I'll show you a little bit of that when we get down there. We just went past the road to Armada Mine, and so that means we're almost to the bottom of Swanholm Creek, where it dumps into the middle fork of the Boise River. The confluence of the middle fork and the south fork, the north fork, they all come together, form the main Boise River, and it's about 60 miles from where we hit the river down here, down to the state capital of Boise, Idaho, and the Boise River flows right through it. When we get down to the river here, we'll have 17 miles to get up to Atlanta. We're just about there. You can see, in fact, it's raining, or just all but raining down here. And how much less snow there is down here than there was up on top. They say it's supposed to quit tonight and be nice tomorrow. It stays nice through Monday. I'll try to come back this way. Here we are down to the middle fork of the Boise River Road. Bump our way on up to Atlanta now. Right over there, there used to be a sawmill over there, Weatherby's Mill. And there's a hot springs alongside the river over there. You can see part of the log dump right there, part of the log pond. This is way back. They hauled logs and lumber out of here, but this was an active, productive sawmill way back in the day. I'd say the 30s and 40s and 50s, probably like in there, of the 20th century, of course. Anyway, here we go up the middle fork of the Boise River, and this road is supposed to be maintained. Hasn't been plowed today, that's for sure. Anyway, it's not all that bad, so I'll just keep right on going and be up at Atlanta here pretty quick. 17 miles to go. Starting to get a little dark, but you can probably see that there's been a fire in here, and a lot of this country's been burned up very terribly, and fortunately just right at Atlanta it's not burned, but it's burned around it several different times, and and a lot of this country's burned up. It's a crying shame, I'll tell you what. Anyway, about halfway there, maybe a little more, for that 17-mile part, so we'll be there quick. Those are the lights of the Kirby Dam. That's where Atlanta gets its electrical power from, right there. Anyway, well, there's the old cat. We made a video about that old cat a long time ago, and we're crossing the middle fork of the Boise River again. About a mile from town now. It's raining, the snow's got pretty wet, and it's actually getting a little tougher going, of course. That road takes off to Featherville, over James Creek grade, and down into Rocky Bar and the South Fork of the Boise River country. It's quite a journey. They snowmobile up there. There's the Yankee Fork River down there. We're about to get to the Atlanta dump. I'm surprised they haven't plowed this road, but they haven't. The other roads they don't maintain in the wintertime, but this one's maintained by the Atlanta Highway District. Right over there is, see that tin shed? That's the Atlanta dump. That's their transfer station now. Just about there. Made a video, a summary time video, a driving tour of Atlanta, Idaho, and that was quite some time ago, and it was much drier and warmer. So this is a wintertime driving tour. Anyway, we're around the corner there, and we'll be in town. I have to try to, I know there's people praying for me that I'd make it, and there was people, there's the first slide of the town of Atlanta. That's the power company right there where that light is. Anyway, people praying for me, and wondering if I'm going to make it or not, so I'll probably stop and give them a holler on the phone. I don't know how the audio is going to turn out on some of these videos. I just realized I was holding my hand pretty tight down on the camera, and I think it was right over the microphone. There's a speed bump. Hey! Atlanta, Idaho, our home in the Sawtooth. There's the Atlanta Fire Station. There's the Atlanta Highway District over there. And right up there is the Beaver Lodge with all its solar panels, and I'm going to turn the camera off.